Hey, welcome back to the AI Equation podcast. We are your guide to navigating the complex world of artificial intelligence. And today we're going to dive into a topic that is at the top of mind for many: the impact of AI on job market dynamics. This is a very hot topic. Every time I talk to employers, managers, leaders, it is a topic that is constantly coming up. So, how can I keep up with the developments and innovations that are coming out from companies like Google, Anthropic, OpenAI, Facebook, and others? Well, you can't. That's just the thing, right? There's so much out there. There are thousands of applications being built, not only as software on SaaS platforms and apps, but also in the physical world, like devices like the Rabbit R1, which we'll discuss later in this episode. Nevertheless, there's just so much happening and there's no way for you to keep up with everything. So that's what we try to do here with this podcast, is honestly just scratch a little bit of the surface and talk about the topics that are important for your business, important for your job, right? And as AI technologies continue to advance, they're definitely already replacing and reshaping certain jobs and industries. And I know that for some, the word replacing is sort of scary. But when I say replacing, I mean it not eliminating a job, but workers are being asked to go upskill and acquire these new skills to be able to do the work using the AI, right? So again, I want to explore some of the opportunities, strategies, but also look at how we can navigate this evolving and fast-moving landscape of AI. And I know because we're in it, and our other company, Article Factory, that does AI copywriting. Listen, we are moving as fast as we can with our teams, and even then, it's not fast enough because every time you do an update here, these other companies are making, their own developments and adding features and functions, and the public is not ready for this to move this fast. So that's the good news, right? The good news is that you make a good product and you can help people learn how they can use it, like what the use case is, what the benefit is, and how they can improve their lives, whether we're talking about, automation or, some industry or job, right? So I was recently at the Emerge Americas conference in Miami, Florida, and there was a lot of, the buzz was definitely was about artificial intelligence. And so I talked to a lot of different companies that were there, ranging from the giants like, Amazon to other companies that are utilizing AI to power their different products, right? SaaS platforms and bots as well. The University of Miami was there. They had all kinds of robots that are in the shape of like dogs, and they can play. And there was AI used in VR with goggles for, like, let's say one of the other schools, they were showing off their technology for optometrists, so that basically the students can learn how to become optometrists by using the VR goggles. They're able to see inside the eye. So really, some really cool cutting edge stuff in healthcare, education, um, uh, in government as well, right? Cybersecurity. There's just a lot of stuff going on. So one of the themes that I saw was augmentation versus automation. And there were certainly augmentation conversations because of the VR and AR rise in Florida with companies like Magic Leap and their goggles, right? So I think often most people don't understand the difference between augmentation and automation. I certainly get a little lost myself from time to time. So let's just try to distinguish between the two. Automation actually replaces human labor with AI driven processes, while augmentation enhances the human capabilities through AI technology. So, that example that I gave you, the augmentation would make it easier for these medical students to learn how to get a career in optometry, right? Um, so that is an example right there of that versus automation, where think about manufacturing, where robots are automating repetitive tasks, increasing efficiency that are coming out of the product line, right? So if you think about a product line, and Amazon, obviously, if you've ever had the opportunity to just look on YouTube, you'll see videos from a typical Amazon warehouse where the robots have made it possible for these ginormous warehouses to be able to pick all the product from third party sellers who then ship it to Amazon. So it's fulfilled by Amazon, not fulfilled by the merchant. And this is why Amazon is able to do the logistics so fast, because the bots are the ones that are picking all of the orders, right? And again, this is not all new. Certainly, this has been around for decades, but now it's moving at a faster pace. And on the other hand, AI powered tools are also augmenting the capabilities of industries like in healthcare. So I saw a lot of that at Emerge America, where anything from diagnostics to personalized treatment plans, where the doctor can use the AI to compare other patients' treatment, and then treatments that are given at different medical establishments, and then they're able to take all your information, your data from your exams, and then they're able to create on the fly, right there on the spot, a personalized treatment plan. So it's really cool, cutting edge stuff, which I think is overall is better for the world, right? Like we need more, we need better healthcare. We need better education. We need better everything. And I think AI in a lot of ways will allow us to do that. Now, in terms of job displacement versus, job creation, uh, this is, again, I think, at the heart of anything to do with the job market dynamics, right? And the challenges. It does have, the potential to displace certain jobs. And I think this will happen in every single, period in time, whether it was the printing press or the information age or industrial age. Like, we saw many jobs get replaced. Tasks are going to become automated. And there are legitimate concerns about unemployment and economic disruption. I read an article recently in The Economist that says that for certain countries, unemployment can and probably will reach as high as 30%. Now, when I hear that, I think to myself, well, this is, you're not going to stop this moving train. It's going. So for anybody who is in a career that is being reshaped by artificial intelligence, it's your job. You can't always just wait for your employer to tell you that you need to go get this information. Um, you have to have that initiative, to go say, hey, look, I know that in my job role right now, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. What are you planning to do to implement AI? And then go out and do that. Think about even like LinkedIn. LinkedIn right now does, when you go to LinkedIn Learning and you take a course, they have the AI coach. I tested it myself. It works amazing, right? So while you're taking the course, you can ask the chatbot a whole host of questions, and the chatbot can create questions that are geared towards areas where maybe you had a little more difficulty than others. But it's ultimately creating a a customized learning plan. And I think we're going to see this, in a big way in schools where, and I said what I think. I spoke to dozens of companies that are in education at Emerge Americas that are doing this exact thing that I'm talking to you about right now. So, for example, extracting data from students, and the work that they're doing, taking data from the teachers, putting it into a pool so that it compares to their pupils, and then you are then able to share it with parents, and with administrators in a way that the information can be digested. And it's just incredible what is going on out there. And then you have other applications like make.com that my partner recently had just brought this one app to my attention. Really interesting app. What it does is it connects all these different APIs to allow you to do tasks and create workflows, templates that they already have in there. But ultimately, it's automating a lot of those jobs. And so, yeah, I think that certain jobs are at risk. But then on the other hand, it's not all doom and gloom, because AI is also going to create new job opportunities in emerging fields, like data science, and digital marketing is another one, right? With digital marketing, imagine what we can do with data from ads, what we can do with data from email marketing content. And then you're able to take that data in real time and customize a user's experience. So the key here is adaptability and the willingness to learn new skills. And I truly believe that that's what it is. And I think most people have been accustomed to that. I mean, if you've been around in the workplace for the last, 25, 30 years, we saw that, the rise of internet, web 1 and 2.0 and so on and so forth. So we've seen these different changes. It's just that this one is moving so fast and really disrupts it in the biggest way that we've seen, bigger than the smartphone, bigger than social media, and bigger than just the internet itself, right? So let's talk about upskilling and reskilling. So a little bit different one from the other, but upskilling and reskilling is going to be really important if you want to stay relevant in this evolving market. You're going to need to invest in yourself. Yes, invest in yourself. Pay for the courses, take the courses, spend time going back, taking some college courses. Many of these colleges out there, the Miami-Dade College, they were at the conference, and they now have a partnership with Magic Leap, or the co-founder of Magic Leap. And we're seeing this with a lot of colleges. They're bringing in people who are experts in the field to teach these courses. So again, don't just sit on the sidelines, whether it's through online courses, certificate programs, or just on the job training. There are plenty of resources right now available to help you acquire those skills that you're going to need to thrive in this AI driven market. And as I said, it's really not stopping. And we work with a lot of different organizations who are, immersed in AI, and other organizations that are adapting that AI strategy, which I think is really important to thread through your organization in the different departments: marketing, sales, finance, HR, all the different departments. You need to have an AI strategy that is geared towards, and have those guidelines. I think it's important to have guidelines, set the standards. I mean, that's really important. And speaking of setting standards, the the guidelines that you should be creating should talk about human and AI collaboration. This is something that I am doing internally with some of the companies that I work with. It's that collaboration between the AI and the human, and it's not just like a hybrid approach. Rather than viewing the AI as a threat, what the organizations do is they leverage the AI technologies to truly like take productivity to a new level, take creativity to new heights, and then of course improve on decision making in real time. And so you can definitely do that when you collaborate with the two, but you really do have to have the guidelines and the standards that are set by you and your team. And working together, we humans and the AI systems that were ultimately created by humans, right? We can achieve better outcomes. I truly believe that, and preserve the human autonomy and expertise, while the benefits while we can also benefit from the AI capabilities. I can tell you now that I've been using it for more than a couple of years, but full on for the last year and a half, in everything that I do in my organization. It's really changed the way I work. A lot of tasks and projects are easier to do, and others just give me the ability to do it more efficiently. So I can't argue with that. And when you look at the outcomes, when you do it properly, when you use the best tools in the market today, the best apps in the market, and if you're doing apps that have a chatbot, it's understanding how to prompt it, how to speak to it, right? So really just lots of opportunities. And then one of the last things here I want to talk about is the ethical and societal implications. It's something that I think we all want to address, issues like privacy and bias and the algorithm. We know that there's no transparency in algorithms with social media and the internet, which is why we've had the problems we've had. And in this AI driven world, I think it's going to become more important to address the ethical implications. The problem is no one is stopping. I mean, if you look at someone like Sam Altman from OpenAI, they want to just keep moving fast. It's that mentality from Silicon Valley that you make things and break them fast and then just keep going. But it's truly irresponsible. I mean, if you look at all the different reports that have come out about how Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, all of the big giants, right? The big tech, they're just moving at light speed because it's a competitive landscape for them. And we're probably going to suffer in a lot of ways, right? So I think the government has proven that they're not able to do this. They didn't do it with social media and Section 230. What gives me the assurance that they're going to do this for AI? I don't think they're going to. So we, as the public, and we as employees at companies, we as business leaders, we have to create the guidelines for some of these ethical implication. I mean, if you think about things like financial information, for example, or healthcare data, you have to have guardrails for those. You really do. It's a complex issue, and I'm not the guy who's gonna fix it or solve it, but I think it's worth having those conversations as to how you want your employees to use it. If you're a teacher, how do you want to allow your students to use it, right? And be a responsible steward of the technology, because I do think that you can also use the technology for bad, like it's been used in other fields. As far as the future, it's kind of hard to speculate because the future is actually tomorrow. It's, whatever I would guess today, it's already going to change tomorrow. And I don't think anybody has any idea because it's moving so fast and so many companies are dumping billions of dollars into this. But we I think the things that I worry about the most is the shift in the workplace demographics, and then also the socioeconomic inequality that may improve or get worse. We don't know, right? We don't know. Is the power going to shift more to people that already have a lot of power? Or is it going to be the other way around? Is it going to be a democratization of education and intelligence in general? We don't know, right? So I think being proactive is important. You have to look at education reform at your, federal, state, and local level to see if your leaders are actually implementing AI-driven systems. And then as far as for industry and for-profit businesses, it's understanding, the crucial role that AI is playing in shaping the future, right? And so I see this because I talk to a lot of businesses on a daily basis, and everyone is at an arms race trying to figure out how they can get the leg up on their competition. So it's truly exciting. I'm definitely excited, albeit challenge, feeling the sort of the fear and challenges of the time. But we have to play a role. You can't just shy from it, right? So again, there you have it. Just a closer look at the impact of AI on the job market dynamics. As AI technologies continue to advance, it's definitely crucial for you to stay informed and adapt in order for you to thrive in this evolving workforce. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode of the AI Equation podcast. Make sure you give us a follow here on Apple or Spotify. Also, give us a review if you like. Email our team to suggest a topic or perhaps even a guest on the show. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the AI Equation Podcast.